Learning to the Nishmas Etta Ahuva Basakim Masechah Shevuos Perek Vav Mishna Gimel. So Mishna Gimel continues with the way Mishnah Beis ended off, that you need Ha'ida Mimin Hataina, and the Mishnah gives three more examples, which the Taisis Yantav asks, he brings from Taisis, so what's the Chiddush? And he just says, Taisis says, Ika Minayu Detani Aidi, which just says it agav the other cases. So the first case is, Litra Zav Yeshlach Biyadi, Ein Lach Biyadi El Litra Kesef, Pater. So over here he spoke out klar litra zav, which means the weight of zav, and he says litra kesef, so he's not being teveya the matbeya, he's specifically being teveya zav, and since the haidah was on kesef, so it's not mimin hatayna, you're pater from shuas moedim mixes. However, if you said dinar zav yeshal biyadi, so now he's being teveya the matbeya, when he says einach biyadi el dinar kesef, and he says kesef or trisis, or pujin, or pruta, so all these things are madbeya, so then you're going to be chayiv shakol min madbeya achas. The second example in this mission is kor tvua yeshlach biyadi, if he's teveya tvua, and he says einach biyadi elesach kitnis, he says beans, so then pater, because not mimin hatayna. But if he says kor peris yeshlach biyadi, so then peris includes kitnis as well. So when he says back einach biyadi elesach kitnis, chayiv, because kitnis is bechal peris, so it is mimin hatayna. And the third example is actually what Tais Yantav calls the prior example, where we actually find the machlekes about this yisoid of needing mimin hatayna. Tano chita mahayda loy b'sa'irim, he was teveya wheat, and the other person is mayda and barley, pater, and over here, Gamliel's mechayev. So the same way when Gamliel argued over here, because he holds that you don't need mimin hatayna, he would argue on all the other cases. So in this specific case, that he's teveya chitim, and the haidah was on sa'irim, so the Rishonim speak out that even though I'm moided to you that I owe you the sa'irim, I'm still going to be pater even on the sa'irim. Because, Taisyanta brings out from the Torah, because it's considered that the teveya was moided that I don't owe, that the sa'irim is not owed, since he wasn't teveya. Within this teveya, I'm being teveya chitim and not sa'irim, so must be I hold that you don't owe me sa'irim. So even if he's moida and sa'irim, he's pater in the sa'irim. And even Gamliel who's mechayev, even Gamliel who argues and holds that you don't need min hatayna, and therefore you're going to be chayev Shevuos moida b'mixas, but from the mei sa'irim, he's pater. He's only arguing on the Rabbanan in the fact that he holds that you need a shvua, even though it's not min hatayna, but on the sa'irim itself, you're going to be pater. And he brings this from Taisus at the end of the third parak in Baba Kama. The Mishnah continues, I was tying pitchers of oil, and he was moide on the pitchers. So, since the Teviyah included kankanim and shemen, and the haidah was only on kankanim, so therefore you're going to be chayiv Shevuos moedim mixas, and the chachamim ein haidah mimin hatayna. The haidah is not mimin hatayna, because the haidah was on kadesh shemen, and the tviyah was on kadesh shemen, and the haidah was on kankanim. I agree with admin over here. So in this machlekes, Taisyanta brings that there's two Gemaras. The Gemara in Shevuos holds that they're arguing about Tana Chitim v'Sa'irim v'Hoida be'echa mehen. Are you going to be chayiv? Adma holds yeah, and the Chamim hold no, because it's not Taina v'Hoida b'Davar echad. And the Sugya in Ksubis says that the machlekes is something else. Do we say that in the tviyah of Kadesh Shemen is also a tviyah of Kankanim or not? The Mishnah continues, Tana Kalim v'Karkais, if he was Teveya Kalim and Karka, but the Haidah was on Kalim, the Kafar v'Karkais, or the Haidah was on Karkais and he was Kafar v'Kalim, but there was no Haidah and Kfira in Metaltalin. One of them was on Karka and Einish Ba'in al Karkais, so therefore you're going to be Pater. However, if you were hoida b'mixas, also hoida b'mixas kakos, that's pasha that you're pater. But however, if you were mixas kalim, if you were hoida on mixas kalim, so you had a kfir on kalim and a hoida on kalim. So even though there was also karkos involved, chayiv, now you could be chayiv shvua even on the karkos, and this is called gilgul shvua. Shanachasim she'ein lehem achrayis, which is metaltalin. That will cause that you could swear even on the karka. Mishnah Dalid, Ein nishban al tainis cheresh shaita v'katan, ve'ein mashbian es hakatan. There's no shvua on the taina of a cheresh. A cheresh is someone that's ein medaber ve'ein shemeya. the Rav speaks out, and that which he was teveya was only biramiza, or a cheirish shaita, and the Gemara explains because the pasuk says ki yitein ish el reyeyu kesav ekelim, and ish is not a katan, ein nesinas katan klum, aval nishban lekatan ulehektish. So the Gemara asks, what's this theory? You just said a second ago, ein nishban al tainis katan, and now you say nishban lekatan. So the Gemara has two pshatim. Either over here is talking about babet tainis aviv, like we learned in the prior Mishnah, or the Gemara says that when it says lekatan over here, it means to collect from nichsei katan. If you're trying to collect from nichsei katan, then you need a shvuah, which was a Mishnah we learned in Ksuvas. And the Gemara asks, it's pshita because you learned it in Ksuvas, that whenever you gaveh from nichsei yisayim, you need a shvuah. And the Gemara says, once for a katan and once for a gadol. Our Mishnah is telling me katan, that Mishnah was a gadol. And lahegdish also means to collect from nichsei hegdish, which the Gemara asks also, that's pasha from that Mishnah in Ksuvas, said that the only way you collect from the chasim mishubadim is only with a shvuah. The chiddush is that over here, when you're collecting from hegdish, you would think you're not going to cheat hegdish, and maybe you won't need a shvuah. Kamash Malon, that even to collect from hegdish, you need a shvuah.